The bright lights of the Hollywood studio shined down on the stage. A live audience watched eagerly as the host leaned forward. "So, tell me," he smirked, turning to the famous actor, "you've always been outspoken, but don't you think religion is just a fantasy?" The Hollywood star chuckled, adjusting his expensive suit. "Oh, absolutely, especially Christianity. I mean, believing in a book written thousands of years ago." Laughter erupted. The camera panned to Mel Gibson, sitting silently, hands clasped. His jaw tightened, eyes burning with intensity. No one knew what was coming next. Mel Gibson remained still, his piercing gaze locked onto the actor. The audience, still chuckling, sensed something shift. The host, eager for more controversy, leaned in. "Come on, Mel," he prodded. "Even you have to admit Christianity is outdated." A smirk flickered across Mel's face. He adjusted his jacket, exhaled, then finally spoke. "You laugh at faith, but have you ever truly understood it?" The room fell silent. The Hollywood star rolled his eyes. "Oh, come on, Mel. You actually believe all that?" Mel leaned forward. "I believe in something stronger than Hollywood egos." The Hollywood star scoffed, shaking his head. "So, you're telling me you actually think faith is more powerful than facts?" His voice dripped with condescension. Mel didn't flinch. He clasped his hands together, his voice calm yet commanding. "Faith isn't about ignoring facts. It's about standing for something, even when the world mocks you for it." The crowd murmured. Some nodded, others smirked. The host, sensing the tension, chuckled nervously. "All right, Mel. Tell us, why does faith even matter anymore?" Mel's eyes burned with conviction. "Because without it, people like you feel powerful, and that's dangerous." The audience fell into a stunned hush. The Hollywood star leaned back, smirking. "So you think faith is a weapon?" His words dripped with sarcasm. Mel's jaw tightened, but he remained composed. "No, I think truth is a weapon, and some people can't handle it." The crowd reacted. Gasps, whispers, a few scoffs. The host interjected, trying to regain control. "All right, let's keep this civil." Mel continued, his voice unwavering. "People mock faith because they fear what it represents. Conviction, strength, and the courage to stand against the tide." The actor laughed, shaking his head. "That's nonsense." Mel leaned forward. "Then why are you so rattled?" A woman in the audience stood up. "Mel's right," she called out. The host looked startled. Others murmured in agreement. The Hollywood star frowned, sensing the shift. "Oh, come on. You can't be serious." Mel turned to the crowd. "Faith isn't blind obedience. It's the ability to believe in something greater than yourself, even when the world tells you not to." The audience applauded softly. The star clenched his jaw. "This is ridiculous." Mel smiled. "Is it? Then why does my faith shake you so much?" The studio felt electrified. The Hollywood star crossed his arms, frustration boiling over. "All right, Mel, answer this. If faith is so powerful, why do bad things happen?" Mel exhaled slowly. "Because faith isn't about preventing pain, it's about enduring it." The audience leaned in, captivated. "Without faith, we crumble. With it, we rise." Silence. The actor scoffed. "Nice speech, but faith won't save you from reality." Mel's eyes locked onto his. It prepares me for it." The room tensed. The star had no comeback. The host, sensing the weight of the moment, cleared his throat. "Mel, what keeps your faith so strong?" Mel's expression softened. "Because I've seen what life is like without it." A deep hush fell over the room. Even the Hollywood star seemed at a loss for words. "You think faith is weakness?" "It's the hardest thing a person can hold on to in a world trying to break them." The star exhaled sharply, shaking his head. He had no witty remark left. The audience erupted into applause. Mel had won. The Hollywood star shifted uncomfortably as the applause continued. He forced a chuckle. All right, fine. You've got passion. I'll give you that. Mel simply nodded. Passion? It's conviction. A man in the audience stood. I walked away from faith years ago, but hearing this, I wonder if I was wrong. Mel turned to him. It's never too late to find your way back. The star scoffed. So what? Everyone just blindly follows? Mel smiled. Faith isn't about following. It's about standing firm when everything else crumbles. The tension grew. The Hollywood star leaned forward. You're acting like you have all the answers, Mel. Mel shook his head. No one has all the answers. That's why faith exists. The star smirked. Convenient excuse. Mel met his gaze. Convenient? Necessary, the audience murmured, shifting against the weight of his words. The host hesitated before asking, So, Mel, what would you say to someone struggling with faith? Mel's voice softened. Doubt is part of faith, but don't let doubt be the reason you walk away. A deep silence followed. The Hollywood star exhaled sharply. You know what? Maybe I was wrong. The audience gasped. Mel raised a brow. About what? The star hesitated, then sighed. About people like you? Maybe faith isn't just a crutch. Mel smiled. It never was. The audience applauded again, but this time it was different. It wasn't just for Mel. It was for the conversation itself. The Hollywood star looked down, as if questioning himself for the first time. Something had changed. The atmosphere in the studio had transformed. The Hollywood star, once smug and dismissive, now looked contemplative. The host cleared his throat. This is unexpected. Do you want to say something? The star hesitated. I guess I never really thought about faith this way. It's easy to mock what you don't understand. Mel nodded. It is, but understanding starts with listening. A woman in the audience wiped a tear. The conversation was no longer about an argument. It was about something deeper, something real. The world was watching. The Hollywood star exhaled. All right, I'll admit it, I grew up in church, but life happened, and I walked away. Mel studied him. And? The star hesitated. And maybe I miss it. A hush fell over the audience. Mel leaned forward. Faith isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up. The star chuckled nervously. You're good. Mel smiled. Not me, just the truth. The audience erupted in applause. Something inside the Hollywood star had shifted. But was it enough? The host turned to the audience. Let's open this up. What do you all think? A man stood. I left church years ago. Maybe it's time to go back. A woman nodded. Faith isn't weak, it's powerful. The Hollywood star listened, something stirring in him. He wasn't just debating anymore, he was questioning himself. Mel looked at him. Belief isn't about winning an argument. It's about discovering what truly matters. The star swallowed hard. And what if I don't know anymore? Mel's response was simple. Then start asking the right questions. The show's timer was running out. The host glanced at the clock, then back at Mel. Mel, any last words? Mel looked at the Hollywood star. We all have a choice. Keep running or stop and face the truth. The star met his gaze. For the first time, he had no comeback. The host cleared his throat. Well, I think we've all got something to think about. The audience stood, applauding, not just for Mel, but for the raw, real conversation. The cameras cut off. The world had just witnessed something unforgettable. As the cameras shut off, the tension in the room lingered. Crew members whispered. The Hollywood star sat still, staring at the floor. Mel leaned in. You okay? The star scoffed. I don't know what just happened. Mel smiled knowingly. That's the first honest thing you've said all night. The host approached, shaking his head. I didn't expect this conversation to go that way. Mel shrugged. Truth has a way of doing that. The star ran a hand through his hair. Maybe I need to rethink some things. Mel simply nodded. Within minutes, the interview clips flooded social media. Mel Gibson shuts down Hollywood elitism with pure wisdom. Faith isn't weak. This moment proves it. The comment sections were divided. Some praised Mel, others attacked him. One tweet stood out. I've never believed in anything. But tonight something changed. The Hollywood star scrolled through the reactions, heart pounding. This was bigger than a debate. This was a movement. And it had just begun. Backstage, the Hollywood star found Mel. People are losing their minds over this. Mel smirked. Truth tends to do that. The star hesitated. I don't know if I believe, but I feel something. Mel's eyes softened. That's where it starts. The star looked away. And if I never figure it out? Mel placed a hand on his shoulder. Then keep searching. Just don't let pride keep you from the answer. The star exhaled, nodding. For the first time in years, he felt something real. As Mel walked to his car, his phone buzzed. It was an unknown number. He answered. Hello? A deep voice responded. Mel, I need to talk. It's important. Mel frowned. Who is this? The voice hesitated. Let's just say, I was watching tonight. Mel's heartbeat quickened. He recognized the voice. It was someone powerful, someone unexpected, and they were reaching out. The next morning, the industry was in chaos. Headlines screamed, Mel Gibson sparks faith debate on live TV. Some praised him, others demanded his cancellation. The Hollywood star woke up to endless calls. His agent warned, you just made enemies, powerful ones, but for the first time he didn't care. He checked his phone. One message stood out. Thank you for making me think. I needed this. He exhaled. Maybe, just maybe. This was only the beginning. Mel sat by his window, watching the sun rise. His phone buzzed. A text from the Hollywood star. Can we talk? Mel smiled. Anytime. Across the world, conversations were happening. People were questioning, thinking, searching. Faith wasn't just a whisper anymore. It was a roar, and the world had no choice but to listen. The Hollywood star sat across from Mel in a quiet cafe. No cameras, no audience, just two men stripped of their public personas. I lied, the star admitted. I ridiculed faith because I was afraid of it. Mel nodded. Fear and pride, two sides of the same coin. The star sighed. What if I want to change? What if I don't know how? Mel smiled. Then start by asking the right questions. For the first time in years, the star wasn't performing. He was listening. Powerful forces weren't happy. Producers pulled contracts. Publicists scrambled. A journalist called the Hollywood star, voice urgent. Are you really siding with Mel Gibson? This could end your career? He hesitated. This was his moment of truth. Then he answered, firm and steady. Maybe my career isn't the most important thing. The journalist gasped. You realize what you just said? He exhaled. Yeah, and I meant it. And just like that, he took his first real stand. Mel's phone rang. A name flashed across the screen, an A-list celebrity known for never taking sides. He picked up. Didn't expect to hear from you. The voice on the other end was calm but serious. Neither did I. Mel leaned forward. What do you want? A pause. Then, to talk. Maybe I've been looking at this all wrong. Mel's lips curled into a knowing smile. One by one, the dominoes were falling. The Hollywood star sat in a sleek office, facing a cold-eyed executive. You're playing with fire, the exec warned. Faith doesn't sell. The star chuckled. Then why is everyone talking about it? The exec leaned in. Drop this, and we'll make sure your career skyrockets. Silence. A long pause. Then, The star stood up. "I think I'll take my chances." He walked out, leaving the exec stunned. For the first time, he wasn't playing a role. He was living his truth. A week later, the Hollywood star took the stage at an awards show. Cameras flashed. The world was watching. He cleared his throat. "I was told to stay quiet, to play it safe, but tonight I'm done pretending." The audience fell silent. Faith isn't weakness. Searching for truth isn't ignorance. And if standing for what I believe costs me everything, then so be it. Gasps, murmurs, then applause. And for the first time, he felt free. The speech sent shockwaves. Some praised him as courageous. Others condemned him as reckless. A powerful director tweeted, "This industry isn't for people like him." But the public wasn't convinced. Hashtags trended, "Faith matters," "Stand with truth." A talk show host smirked on air. "Maybe Hollywood needs a little shaking up." Mel watched from home, chuckling. "They're scared." And he was right. Late at night, the Hollywood star's phone buzzed. A message, anonymous, short. "I believe too, but I'm afraid." The star's fingers hovered over the keyboard. Then he typed, "You're not alone." Send. A few seconds later, 3 dots appeared. Someone was ready to talk, and that was enough. Mel and the Hollywood star met in a private office. A group of actors, directors, and writers sat across from them. They all had one thing in common. They were tired of hiding. An actress spoke first. "I don't want to be silent anymore." A director nodded. "Neither do I." Mel leaned forward. "Then let's stop whispering." The Hollywood star exhaled. "Let's do something that matters." And so, it began. The project was announced, a documentary, unfiltered, honest, fearless. Hollywood scoffed. No one will watch. But the internet had other plans. The trailer dropped. Within hours, 10 million views. Headlines exploded. "The film Hollywood doesn't want you to see." The Hollywood star watched the numbers climb, heart racing. This was bigger than him. This was a movement, and there was no stopping it now. Premiere night. Red carpet, cameras flashing. A reporter sneered, "Aren't you afraid?" Mel grinned. "Fear is a choice, and we're done choosing it." The Hollywood star stepped forward. "People deserve the truth, and we're going to give it to them." The theater doors opened. The crowd poured in. As the lights dimmed and the screen flickered to life, one thing was clear. Hollywood wasn't ready, but the world was.